We have Wong Kong here from Alibaba Group. He's a staff security engineer. So Alibaba has been deploying FIDO internally in enterprise, and Wang Kong is here to talk about learnings and wishes. So maybe some of the lessons learned, but maybe some of the challenges that we're looking to overcome with FIDO in the enterprise space. So please help me welcome Wong Kong.
Okay, thank you, Megan. I'll read my notes because even I speak in Chinese, I read notes. I have no memory about words. So, good afternoon. My name is Wang Kang. I have worked in Alibaba Group for more than 8 years as a security researcher. I'm very happy here to share the progress of FIDO web authentication deployment status for you. The credits go to my awesome colleagues with no visa. They are 曾真别院、周斌、郑道、Kimi、徐侯军、张东岩、令九、马新、林文. Most of the hard lifting work are done by them. Thank you. I'm the one who gets a visa in time. I got my first YubiKey on Taobao.com back a few years ago, and the second free sample from YubiKey on Black Hat 2015. And the next year, I got free stickers. So thank you, Yubico. And a big thank you to Google for their pioneer work on U2F. So since 2018, we have been planning to adopt FIDO. Finally, it's deployed in last spring. Now, FIDO has been an authentication method not only as a second factor, but also as a first factor on the login web page of the intranet for employees. It is user-friendly, phish-resistant, and loved by our colleagues, although there is still a very few privacy concern. For example, Touch ID, not all our employees feel comfortable when the finger is touched on a black square. But overall, they are persuaded and happy to use it. I'll quickly share a few cases to help other organizations to adopt FIDO and share a few things that we are still wishing for. So the benefits, strategies, real user cases, and wishes. What tied our hands? The first efforts can date back to 2018. When I was investigating the key wrapping mechanism of U2F, I found an attack called U2F phishing, published on various bulletins. But during that process, I found U2F is actually a very good design. It's so good that you can use a single chip to generate infinitive amount of private key pairs. But to deploy in a large scale inside an organization, there are three things that still tie on our hands. Cost, because the extra hardware, there's so many employees, the exact number of it can be found on the SEC filings. It's around the 240Ks. We cannot afford it, at least in the early times, when no one, including the boss, sees the benefits. And there are all devices, hundreds of existing web applications, and plus iCloud are not allowed. I believe other enterprises also ban it as well. The thing is, how do we measure the benefits? After all, it is a defensive mechanism. It doesn't show benefits immediately. I'll address them in the following slides. We now have 40,000 employees on board over a year or so. We are not doing massive forcing policies, so the real user feedbacks can be measured by a natural, organic way. The ratio of the active users in the last 30 days divided by the number of registered users is around 53%. I believe that proves that users really love FIDO. Some users will come back to us even when something goes wrong and Touch ID won't work. This come back to us thing is very rare in our company because our colleagues are very focused. They didn't care anything other than their own work. So Yes. This also shows FIDO is a good design. So the benefits, so FIDO is very fast. I myself is a touch typer. I can type as fast as YubiKey can. So I once won a bicycle by BlackBerry from a typing competition. I can type, but I have to say, when it comes to 10 times a day, typing a password is not very satisfying. Each time you type password, you feel you are defeated. But when it comes to the Touch ID, you press the finger, it seems like you defeat the other guy. So also with FIDO, we don't need user to change password like every half a year. Changing password actually make password even difficult to remember, so they tend to use a pattern, which makes it more vulnerable. Other benefits I quote Apple. It cannot be exported and cannot be phished. Those are FIDO's benefits, most important. And for employees who still have doubts, we can do a very, very simple demonstration for them. You log out from the intranet, turn your computer into airplane mode, add a new fingerprint, and log in. Voila. So this means the fingerprint only stays inside the TPM. So the strategy, this is designed by our product manager. He's a very good guy, Xu Kimi. He created a registration flow to encourage user get on board very quick. He adds a registration button directly on the pre-login page. We first do a JavaScript check by invoking is user verifying platform authenticator available. This is learned from Microsoft web page, kudos to Microsoft. So we can only show the registration button when the browser is supported. Then we check if the user is registered before by sending an HTTPS post including the user information stored in cookie. If it's a new user, we start the onboard process. Then the pre-installed security agent or DLP agent will be brought up by JavaScript to give a green light. After the green light, a user type a password, then the user got on board. The registration flow he designed help users get on board really fast. And this is a brief demo of our intranet. The next page is blurred. Yes. We need to allow limited kind of authenticators only. For now, roaming authenticators are not allowed to register into our intranet. Since user agent in HTTP header can be forged easily, the UA cannot be trusted. Plus, not all authenticators provide authentication certificates because, like, Apple doesn't provide it. Microsoft provides it, but sometimes they provide a lot more, like the X5C. Sometimes it's too long and exceed the limits of our database field. So the solution we found out is AAGOID. First, it's signed inside an authenticator. It's tamper resistant. By maintaining a whitelist of AAGOID, we can easily restrict the types of authenticators that are allowed. And make sure you update it regularly. For example, when Windows Edge dev version and Windows 11 roll out the AAGOID updates, remember to add them in the whitelist. Oh, this is a very interesting case. This is actually an expected benefits. The first is the IT desk help our users switch HDD and motherboard out of a reason. But after switching it, it just got locked out because the TPM doesn't pair with the motherboard, the hard drive. So it really makes our IT, actually security team very happy. And the second case is that another Mac user with the help of IT guys, reset the secure enclave. So it's a French word. Secure is English word. And okay, they reset the secure enclave, and they both got lock out. So benefits. There's another benefits regarding the DLP agent. We have security agent pre-installed on users' computers. The goal is to make sure this program is installed and is running when accessing the intranet web applications. So the security agent will do a heartbeat report back to server. However, when the channel between JavaScript and the agent program is not stable, for example, when a user has two computers, we cannot distinguish the keep live information from those two heartbeats. So we have to add another factor using SMS or TOTP alongside the password to let user pass. Now, with FIDO, during the registration process, we can collect the device ID of the exact computer by the security agent and store it alongside the FIDO credential ID. Now it's distinguishable. We can reach the goal now the security agent is running, and it can be counted as a factor now. Plus FIDO, like we now get two factors already, so no other factors is needed. So we can let user pass. It's very good, because before that, has been a pain for about 2 years. This is really helping for the security agent team. And there's a case for a Windows old version called 1809. It's a LTSC version. Many computers are pre-installed with this kind of Windows in our company. So the bad news is that the version doesn't upgrade it, and you cannot even click any button to upgrade it. You just have to download some ISO file, install it. So I was yelling at my colleagues that why don't you just upgrade? And I really into it, and I found that I was a bad guy. So. And another bad news is that the UI is very confusing. Windows Hello pin, the first one doesn't support FIDO, web authentication, or passkey, whatever you call it. Luckily, this version 1809, codename Redstone 5, will not get mainstream support after January 9th, 2024. Now is a very good reason to force them upgrade. This time we can use force. This case is very interesting. Some old computers doesn't have fingerprint scanner. For example, like desktops, we found very cheap mouses to rescue, which just have the right fingerprint scanner on top of the mouse wheel. It's very cheap. You can see the price. It works with the Windows Hello out of the box. Think plus F1 by 1. As for Google Chrome, the first issue is that the Chrome upgrades regularly. In a few rare cases, when it's upgraded but not restarted, FIDO web authentication will fail. Just let user restart it will help. And the second thing is some engineers have multiple Chrome profiles because they have different role to play in the intranet web applications. So we need to notify them that the FIDO platform authenticator of Google Chrome actually has two parts. One part is stored in the /library /application support /google/chrome /default and preferences. It's in the JSON file, this line. The metadata secret is part 1. And the second part stored in the secure enclave. You have to enter the recovery mode of a MacBook to deal with it. So this is a tip. If you want to clear that part, you can just, in the recovery mode, type this line of command, xrtutil, and erase it. So the thing can be erased out. Case iCloud are not allowed, and we complained about it for a long time, but I think others could complain as well, but we can ban them for now. Yes. And the final case is iframe. You know, some old web applications used a iframe wrapped continent. There are two solutions. You can just do this one by one. You add two lines, one in the web application, or one in the HTML, the other in the HTTP header. And a more simpler one, you can just detect inside the JavaScript and give user a prompt to log in another window. After all, the SSO status is synced between web applications, right? So they use iframe at first just because they are lazy, so you cannot expect them to cooperate with you to change anything. So nice. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, the future. I heard EDU are doing a very good job at about something called EAP-FIDO. I really hope they could do this because as for the enterprise Wi-Fi authentication regarding the free radius and WPA supplicant, I really hope that this could cover it. And I myself using an app called Secretive. It can act like a SSH agent. I can log into my SSH server with it. And with Wish, just read the line, the FIDO2 web authentication passkey U2F, UAF, those words can be very confusing. And engineers are users too. Engineers get scared, they don't do anything. So we hope there are more tutorials. And I'm very happy to see they are on the way. And we need a delete key in the authenticator button. Here is the reason. I remember Microsoft has one, and other companies are also adding it, no problem. So another wish is, okay, conclusion. Not important, not important. This is important for you who don't leave. Do I have sound? Do I have sound? Can I have sound? Can I have sound? Sound is very important. Sound, please. Don't worry. I have 4 minutes. Okay? Okay, cool. Sound. This is the main part.
Your passkey. Here, your passkey. And the passkey in the trouser pocket was a conductor's passkey. Made his way by means of the convenient passkey to Ratchet's compartment, stabbed him to death, planted the dagger of the uniform.
Yes. So the passkey actually can be found under Agatha Christie's novel. And the passkey led to a murder, and it's by 12 murderers. This video is cut by my open source project. Feel free to use it. It's GitHub page. I really love it. It's a Vim plugin. You can edit video with it in spreadsheet, just like the BBC style. And this is the detail. And this is the URL. Feel free to ask about this. Thank you. Thank you.
Question time. So, little known fact about me, I am a very big Hercule Poirot fan, so I enjoyed that very, very much.
Have you seen it before?
I've read every book, like every single one. But I've seen Murder on the Orient Express.
Passkey on the book?
Yeah.
Oh, so you named that passkey?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the reason. Nobody knows. Shh. has questions?
Just curious, after you spend so many effort in Alibaba, like what is the adoption rate right now in Alibaba for passkey?
Adoption rate. Out of our employees, around 240K, there are 40K now. So adoption rate, again, regarding the person is this. And regarding the web applications, is 100% because we use a single SSO platform. So as long as we deal with this, everything is dealt. Any question about my open source project?
I have a question. Can you tell us all about your open source project?
Yes, yes, please. Yes.
We want to hear all about it, please.
Say more about it. Tell us more.
Tell us more.
Okay.
I thought you'd never ask.
How does it compare to Adobe Premiere?
Adobe Premiere, great question. Adobe Premiere can take FCP XML as input, and Adobe Premiere takes money. So mine doesn't take money, and I speak FCP XML, and it's basically a plain text. It starts with EDL called editorial decision list, and a time code in, time code out, and a clip name, and the subtitle. Basically, this type of file I called TSV EDL is a tab spread like CSV, TSV, and this type of file is equivalent to SRT. So you convert SRT to TSV, you can convert TSV to SRT, and you pick this line. You combine it, you shuffle it, and you select it and press space and invoke FFmpeg and render one. And you can also export it to FCP XML to the Adobe Premiere, which spends a lot of money, and also other things that doesn't take money. So this is number one. Second one, it has a markdown style folder. You can fold it, unfold it, and you can add visual. Simply put a square bracket B at the front of the subtitle. And this is another example. And you can even edit it in a spreadsheet with Google. You can just cut it, paste it, and voila. Thank you. Page is here. Yes.
QR code. Don't forget about the QR code. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
yes, that was awesome. Thank
everything.
you.
Thank you.